The second act, still in it, is Chibi Unity!
When a man loves a woman, can't give his mind unless he knows.
Look at everyone here. They're going crazy for you, and I know that the people have been watching you, your audition, and people love you. It's amazing.
Every year, AGT gives us one contestant who doesn't just sing, they shake the stage. Roland Abante stepped out like your everyday man until he sang. Suddenly, the room froze, jaws dropped, and Simon raised an eyebrow, which is basically a standing ovation. But there are things no one told you. What happened after that viral audition, the semi-finals twist, and what Roland faced behind the applause. From fisherman to setting the stage on fire. Yes, Roland Abante is a Filipino, born on August 17, 1978, in the quiet coastal town of Santander, Cebu, one of the southernmost municipalities on the island. Nestled between rugged hills and the wide, open sea, Santander was a place of natural beauty, but limited opportunities. For Roland, life from the very beginning was shaped by hardship and humility. His family was among the many in the town who lived hand to mouth. His father was a fisherman, a trade passed down through generations in coastal communities like theirs. From a young age, Roland was expected to contribute. Long before the sun rose, he would accompany his father out to sea, their modest bangka, outrigger canoe, rocking gently against the waves as they cast their nets under the glow of a lantern. The ocean was both a livelihood and a teacher, demanding patience, endurance, and faith. In those quiet, often grueling hours at sea, music became Roland's companion. With no distractions but the endless horizon, he would sing to himself, to the sea, to the sky. The wind carried his voice, and the rhythm of the waves seemed to harmonize with the emotion he poured into every note. Ballads were his favorite, those with sweeping highs and aching lows. Without realizing it, Roland was not only passing the time, he was training, honing a raw, natural talent, shaped not in a studio, but on the sea. Back on land, life was equally modest. His family couldn't afford formal music lessons, nor were there any nearby. But Roland found inspiration wherever he could. He grew up listening to the radio, absorbing every note and nuance from powerhouse vocalists like Celine Dion, Whitney Houston, and the legendary band Journey. He would listen to their songs over and over, mimicking their vocal styles, experimenting with his own voice late into the night. Though his family weren't singers themselves, they recognized the fire in him. They encouraged him to sing at home, in church choirs, and during local fiestas. These were the few moments where young Roland could stand in front of a crowd and share his gift, a voice that didn't just sing, but told a story. Despite their struggles, his family's belief in his potential gave him something invaluable: hope. Even in a town where dreams seemed too big for the shoreline, Roland Abante held on to his. Starting off with small gigs. Before he became known to the world, Roland Abante was just a simple man from Santander, Cebu, trying to make a living through fishing. But even while spending long hours at sea, music was always in his heart. In his 20s and 30s, Roland juggled fishing with small singing gigs around town. He didn't earn much from these, but they fed his passion. Locals began to notice his talent, and soon he was regularly asked to sing at weddings, fiestas, and other community events. Most of these shows were unpaid or just came with a small thank you. Still, Roland loved performing and used every chance to grow more confident. He also joined small singing contests in nearby towns. He didn't always win, but there were times when he did, and those small victories kept his dream alive. Still, with a family to support, music had to wait while he worked extra jobs like driving a tricycle or doing deliveries. In the early 2000s, he started performing in small bars and restaurants across Cebu. He sang both OPM, original Filipino music, and English love songs, with classics from Gary Valenciano, Martin Rivera, and even Western artists like Journey and Whitney Houston. These gigs helped him connect with more people and sharpen his skills on stage. Roland also began sharing videos of his singing online. Using a basic phone or borrowed camera, he recorded covers of emotional ballads and posted them on YouTube and Facebook. His voice, raw and full of feeling, started getting attention, even if just slowly at first. All of this happened while facing many challenges. Roland had no manager, no fancy equipment, and little free time. Some people around him thought singing was a silly dream. But his wife, Genevieve, always believed in him. She supported the family while he followed his passion, and that support made all the difference. In 2017, Roland got his big break when he joined the second season of Tawag ng Tanghalan, a popular singing competition aired on ABS-CBN's noontime show, It's Showtime. There, he went head-to-head with other talented singers, including frontrunner Adeline Rabulan. One of his standout performances was Michael Bolton's I Loved You But I Lied, which showcased his vocal range and emotional depth. He earned an impressive score of 93.8%, becoming a daily winner. While he didn't win the overall championship, Adeline scored 90.6% with her performance of I Am Changing. Roland had made his mark. Although he impressed the judges and audience with his powerful vocals, he did not advance to the semifinals, as contestants needed 5 consecutive wins to do so. Despite not clinching the championship, Abante's participation in Tawag ng Tanghalan opened doors for him in the entertainment industry. He made guest appearances on shows like Gandang Gabi Vice and performed alongside renowned artists such as Gary Valenciano and Arnel Pineda on ASAP. Roland Abante's Audition on AGT. Everything changed for Roland Abante in 2023 when he stepped onto the stage of America's Got Talent. Just a year earlier, he was still in the Philippines, working as a fisherman and singing at small events. Then came a viral video, him singing I Will Always Love You at a local gathering. That video blew up online, catching the attention of AGT producers who reached out with an invitation to audition. At first, Roland wasn't sure if he should go. He didn't speak much English, had no formal training, and had never left the country. But his family and friends encouraged him to take the leap, and he did. Landing in Los Angeles felt like stepping into another world. Roland was nervous, overwhelmed, and unsure of how people would respond to him. But he held on to the one thing he knew well: his voice. On 6th June, he walked out in a simple black shirt and jeans, introduced himself as a fisherman and father of 4, and began singing When a Man Loves a Woman. The moment he started, everything changed. The crowd went quiet, hanging on to every word. His voice, full of soul and emotion, filled the room. By the end of the song, the audience was on their feet, and the judges looked stunned. They weren't just impressed by his singing, they were moved by his story, his honesty, and the raw power behind every note. One of them told him his voice and story were the exact reason shows like AGT exist. Another said he gave her chills and called him a superstar hiding in plain sight. They all agreed that he had come so far from such a humble background and gave everything he had on stage. Even Sophia got emotional, saying he truly deserved that moment. All 4 judges gave him a yes. Backstage, Terry Crews hugged him and said he was the heart of the show, someone who reminded people why they tuned in. That performance didn't just win him a spot in the next round, it won the world's attention. His audition went viral again, this time on a global scale, racking up over 20 million views. Roland Abante, the fisherman with the big voice, had finally found his stage. How the show helps performers shine. Since it first aired in 2006, America's Got Talent has become a huge part of the entertainment world. It gives people of all ages a chance to perform on a big stage and be seen by millions. Whether you sing, dance, tell jokes, or do magic, AGT offers a shot at a cash prize and the chance to headline a show in Las Vegas. The show is hosted by Terry Crews, with judges Simon Cowell, Howie Mandel, Heidi Klum, and Sofia Vergara. What makes AGT special is its format. Acts go through auditions and must perform under pressure, usually within just 90 seconds. Both judges and viewers get a say in who moves forward, making the experience interactive and exciting. In Season 9, the show added the Golden Buzzer, which allows each judge and later the host to send one act straight to the live shows. These buzzer moments are emotional and memorable, often bringing tears to both the performer and the crowd. It also shows the judges' personal investment, making the audience care more about the contestants' journeys. After auditions, there's another round to decide who goes to the live shows. This middle stage has changed over the years. At first, it was called Las Vegas Callbacks, where contestants trained and performed again. Later, it became Vegas Verdicts, where judges watched audition tapes and picked their favorites. Later seasons called it Judgment Week and held it in New York. From seasons 10 to 14, judge cuts were introduced. Contestants performed again in front of a main panel and a guest judge, who also had their own golden buzzer. In season 15, due to COVID-19, this round was shortened. By season 16, the show adopted a style more like Britain's Got Talent, grouping performers to compete for a spot in the live finals. Live episodes, now filmed in Los Angeles, are shown weekly and include quarterfinals, semifinals, and the finals. Each contestant performs again, and the judges can still stop acts mid-performance using their buzzers. Afterward, the audience votes, and a results show reveals who moves on. Roland's semi-final song that stole hearts. Now, let's get back to how Roland climbed the ladder of stages, and this time we're talking about the big one, the semifinals. On 12th September 2023, Roland took a massive leap by singing Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You. Yep, that one. It's one of the hardest songs out there, but Roland didn't back down. He started soft and slow, letting the emotions flow, and then built up to those high, powerful notes that had the entire Dolby Theater on its feet. He didn't need flashing lights or wild effects, just his voice, raw emotion, and that honest stage presence he's become known for. The moment he finished, the room exploded with cheers and a full standing ovation. And it wasn't just the people in the theater. Fans online were going wild too. Social media lit up with messages calling his performance pure magic and heart-melting. What stood out the most was how people kept bringing up his story. A guy from a fishing town in the Philippines, now commanding one of the biggest stages in the world. No fancy training, Just pure talent and heart. The judges were clearly feeling it. Simon Cowell said Roland reminded everyone why AGT exists, to find voices that surprise us and move us. He loved how Roland didn't just sing, he made people feel. Sofia Vergara got emotional again and told Roland that every word he sang felt real. Heidi Klum was all about his control and the way he made the song his own. And Howie Mandel pointed out something important. Roland's not just singing songs, he's telling stories with his voice. Even backstage, the energy was still buzzing. Host Terry Crews couldn't stop smiling. He told Roland he was the heart of the show and even brought his family in from the Philippines via video call. It was one of those moments where everything just clicked. And just like that, the semifinals became a major turning point for Roland. However, 2 other contestants were definitely keeping a close eye on him. Ana de Guzman's magic moment. Ana de Guzman, a 24-year-old magician known for her card tricks and smooth sleight of hand, didn't just show up on America's Got Talent. She made waves. As one of the few female magicians to ever reach the AGT semifinals, Ana turned heads with her unique style of close-up magic and cardistry. Her audition had all the right ingredients: charm, confidence, skill, and a little bit of mystery. She brought the judges, Simon Cowell, Howie Mandel, Heidi Klum, and Sofia Vergara, right into the act, predicting their card choices in ways that seemed impossible. The final reveal had everyone stunned, and the crowd instantly jumped to their feet. The judges were clearly impressed. Heidi Klum was quick to highlight how rare it is to see women doing magic at this level. "We need more like you," she said. Sofia called her routine super fun and exciting, while Simon Cowell appreciated how Ana gave magic a fresh and modern twist. With a unanimous yes from the judges and tons of love from fans online, Ana was off to a strong start. People loved that she wasn't just another magician. She brought personality and flair to the stage, and that made her stand out. When she returned for the semifinals, Ana knew she had to raise the bar. And she did. This time, she mixed her usual card magic with a larger trick involving a giant deck and even more audience interaction. It was flashier, riskier, and definitely more ambitious. She kept her cool, worked the stage like a pro, and pulled off a surprise reveal that once again had jaws dropping. The judges mostly loved it. Heidi cheered her on again, saying, "You're proving women can dominate magic." Howie liked her growing confidence and called her act creative. Simon pointed out that the pacing could have been a bit tighter, but even he admitted it was an improvement from her first round. Sofia summed it up best: spectacular and so cool. Even though it wasn't a perfect performance, viewers connected with Ana's bold style and fresh energy. She earned enough votes to move on to the finals, beating out emotional acts like Roland Abante in the same round. Chibi Unity's AGT journey. Chibi Unity, a lively dance group from Japan, made a powerful entrance on America's Got Talent. As the final audition of the season, they knew they had to leave a strong impression, and they absolutely did. Their audition, which aired in June 2023, was nothing short of electric. Dressed in matching outfits and moving with perfect timing, the crew performed a dance routine that blended hip-hop, contemporary moves, and traditional Japanese influences. The result? A performance that was both exciting and emotional. The audience couldn't stop cheering. Every flip, every jump, and every move was sharp and full of energy. Their formations were so well coordinated that it looked like the entire group was moving as one. It wasn't just a dance, it was a full experience. The judges were just as impressed. Simon Cowell said it was one of the best dance acts we've ever had. Heidi Klum called them absolutely incredible, and Sofia Vergara said their energy was contagious. Howie Mandel added that they had what it takes to go all the way, especially with their global style and universal appeal. That audition ended with a standing ovation, and it was clear that Chibi Unity had earned their place in the next round. Fans online quickly started calling them one of the most exciting dance crews the show had seen in years. Many loved how they celebrated their culture through their art, while others were simply blown away by their raw talent and energy. Some viewers did wonder, though, if they could keep up that same level of intensity in the live shows. When the semifinals aired on 12 September 2023, Chibi Unity faced a challenge. One of their dancers had a minor injury during their performance, but instead of letting it throw them off, they pushed through with strength and focus. Their routine that night was just as thrilling as their first one, but this time, it also told a deeper story inspired by their heritage. The choreography was tighter, the moves bolder, and the emotion more powerful. Even with the small setback, the performance didn't miss a beat. Simon Cowell called it gutsy and inspiring, praising their ability to keep going. Heidi Klum admired the heart and soul behind their routine, and Sophia couldn't get over how effortless it all looked. Howie gave them credit for turning what could have been a disaster into something magical. Who stayed? Who left? As the semifinal results rolled in on America's Got Talent, you could feel the tension in the room. The audience was quiet. The acts stood side by side, and every contestant looked like they were holding their breath. The votes were being counted, and no one knew what would happen next. For most of them, this moment was the end of a long journey, but for a lucky few, it was just the beginning of the next chapter. Chibi Unity and Ana de Guzman were the night's two big winners, earning spots in the finals. It was a huge moment, especially for Ana. Her place in the finale wasn't just another win, it was a proud moment for women in magic. While some viewers debated whether her act had the emotional power of a strong singer like Roland Abante, many agreed that Ana brought something totally different and refreshing to the stage. Her charm, smooth delivery, and clever card tricks made her one of the season's surprises. She proved that magic can be both fun and inspiring, especially in the hands of someone with her confidence and style. Chibi Unity's advancement also felt well-earned. Their high-energy routines, strong teamwork, and cultural pride made them stand out. Even when one of their dancers got hurt earlier in the competition, they stayed focused and gave it their all. Their semifinal performance didn't just impress, it connected with people. It reminded fans why they fell in love with the crew in the first place. But not everyone got to celebrate. Roland Abante, despite giving a heartfelt performance that moved many, didn't make it to the finals. He was graceful in defeat, smiling and thanking his fans. He didn't show sadness on stage, but off-screen, the emotions ran deeper. Roland later admitted that the journey had been intense and exhausting. After his elimination, his manager, Joel Sag, arranged a relaxing trip to Hawaii. It gave Roland a chance to step back, rest, and find peace again. Meanwhile, fans took to social media to express their frustration. Many believed Roland deserved a spot in the finale, calling the decision unfair. Filipino celebrities, including singer Gary Valenciano, spoke out in support. "Roland, you didn't lose. You won the world's heart," he tweeted. Though the competition ended for Roland, his journey in music is far from over. Life beyond the stage. Roland Abante's life off stage is just as heartfelt as his performances. He's a proud husband to Chibi Unity, and together they're raising 4 kids whose names haven't been shared publicly. Chibi has been his steady support system through thick and thin, from the early days of financial struggles to the roller coaster ride of America's Got Talent. Roland often calls her his rock, and during one AGT interview, he made it clear, "Without Chibi, I wouldn't be here. She's my everything." Before his big break, they lived a humble life in Santander, Philippines, where Roland made ends meet by fishing and singing at small local events. Life wasn't easy, but his love for music and his family kept him going. Thanks to the exposure and opportunities that came with AGT, things have started to look up. They now have a chance to build a more secure life and dream a little bigger for the future. But even with newfound fame, Roland stays humble. His deep Christian faith remains at the center of everything he does. He's always believed his voice is a gift from God. "I sing to give thanks for my blessings," he often says. That sense of gratitude shines through in every performance, whether on a big stage or in his hometown. Since returning to the Philippines, Roland has been welcomed like a hero. He still performs regularly and has shown interest in writing and recording his own songs, hoping to tell his story through original music. He's also passionate about inspiring others, especially the youth in his country, reminding them that no dream is too big. "If a fisherman like me can do this, anyone can." Over the years, Roland has formed strong connections, not just with fans, but with fellow artists too. He shares a special bond with fellow Filipino actor Shadow Ace, united by their culture and shared journey on AGT. Roland's admiration for Whitney Houston also speaks volumes. He often says her music taught him how to feel every note he sings. Since AGT, he's caught the attention of big names like Regine Velasquez and Martin Rivera, who have shown interest in working with him. Where is he now? After his run on America's Got Talent, Roland Abante didn't slow down. In fact, his life only got busier. He's been performing both in the Philippines and the United States, using his AGT fame to open new doors. In December 2024, he sang live at Pinay Kitchen in Woodbridge, Virginia, where fans filled the venue just to hear his powerful and emotional voice. And the journey's far from over. He's already booked for another show on 31st May 2025 at Ati Atihan Restaurant in Chicago. That show is being promoted as a chance to experience Roland's soulful voice in person, and judging by the buzz online, plenty of people are ready for it. His Instagram is full of appreciation posts, where he thanks fans for the love and support and hints at more shows lined up for 2025. On social media, he proudly tags both the Philippines and the USA in his posts, showing how he now belongs to fans in 2 countries. But Roland isn't only sticking to live shows and competitions. He's diving into something new, original music. In early 2025, he posted on Facebook that he's working on recording his own songs. That's a big step for someone who started by singing karaoke and covers. He still posts simple, heartfelt updates, like celebrating Christmas in the United States or sharing quiet thoughts about the holidays. Despite all the new fame, he's still that same humble guy who once dreamed of singing beyond his hometown. Now, he's doing just that, recording music, performing on international stages, and connecting with fans around the world. We hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more.